welcome back. It's Danya here, and it's the first of the month, which means there's a new club set over at Stamps of Life. And this month they released this really cute Sunday to Stamp. And it has the ice cream dish, an ice cream scoop, and some yummy chocolate or caramel, whatever it is that you like to put over your ice cream. And a cute little cherry, and of course some cute little sayings. And with this, if you're in the Die Hard Club, you will also get the dies, and they will be available later this month for purchase for anyone else. Before I move on to making a card using this cute set, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone that for the suggestions on how to get rid of my stain. It does not come off. I have tried everything, even the white magic eraser and alcohol, stuff that you use to disinfect your hands. Nothing works. So be very careful if you have this. I just heard from someone on YouTube, an artist on YouTube, that if you're going to color with alcohol inks, to put down cotton paper on the bottom, and that helps the ink flow back into the paper. So that way you don't have to use as much ink. So I'm passing that on to you. Okay, let me see. I'm thinking of some watercolor. So let me go ahead and stamp, and then I'll come back with some coloring. I went ahead and stamped the images I want to use, or the images I want to use, and I was thinking maybe doing some kind of a no-line coloring. So I went ahead and stamped the dish in Blue Jay. I probably won't color the whole thing. I just want to give it some shadows and make it look like glass. The ice cream scoop in mint chip, chocolate, and the cherry and cherry. Then after I did all this, I realized that the Stamps of Life did not come out with watermarkers. I mean, I guess I could use their reinkers. I don't have much luck watercoloring with reinkers. But I went ahead and found, well, I have my chocolate. And I went and pulled out some Tombows that looked similar. So 243 for those who asked me for colors. Looks like the mint chip. 803 looks like cherry. And 291 Blue Jay. So those are the colors I'm going to be using. And again, I wanted to use watercolors because these are pretty big images, and it takes a long time for me to go back and forth with the alcohol and or pencils. So let me just go ahead and get started on this image. So what I like to do is again, I want to keep the glass looking like glass, but I want to give it some shadow. So I'm just going to go over some of the areas here. I'm not going to be too concerned with this up here too much because it's going to be covered with the ice cream scoop. But I don't know, I should have done the ice cream scoop first to see how far down it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay down some color, and I'll speed this up, not to bore you to pieces. Okay, I went ahead and cut the pieces out, so I'm going to let this dry. So I have the tendency to rub my hand as I color and smear paint. So while I let that dry on the side, I'm going to go ahead and start again with the other pieces, following the same format. This one's going to be a little bit heavier because I do want this to be the color of mint chip. So I want more color on it. care for the way that came out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I said I wasn't going to do and use ink. Put down some water, mix it up. Now I did heat set this. It's probably a good idea to heat set between layers of color. With the way this came out, but I'm going to let it dry, and I have another fix for it. What I'm not liking is the really dark line around here. I do want a line, but I should have done a second generation stamping. That's what I should have done. But I'm not going back now. I'm going to work with this and I will fix it. So I'm probably going to have the same issues with everything I do here, but again, I'm going to fix it the same way. This is what happens when you don't have things that match. I was really pleased with the way the chocolate came out. It went right into the lines. Maybe, Stephanie, if you're watching this, can we have the water markers and all the colors? It would be so nice. But here I am. I'm going to go use the cube. And hopefully I can change the way this looks. Okay, so I cut out the ice cream scoop, which I hate the way it came out color-wise. And I'm going to try to fix it. Oh, come on, don't tell me you're dry. Okay, the brush isn't giving me the depth I want. Let me go get a sponge. Dauber here. And I think the dauber, there we go. Gives me a little bit more ink. I should just scrap this whole entire project, but I'm going to keep going on here. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to match because I wanted to use the shadow in the same color, Blue Jay, but I have it because I used a different brand of marker. It doesn't match. So I have a choice of stamping this out again and doing it in like cloud. Or what I'm going to do first is I'm going to ink it in cloud and just go over it to tone down that blue, and then back it up with cloud. And we'll see how that looks. The shadow, I'm going to put the shadow on here. And for the chocolate icing, all I did was take the chocolate marker and go around the edge to cover the white that usually peeps through after you die cut it. And then I did the same thing with the cherry. I just went with the sponge and just covered up the white on the edge. So let me go cut the piece of cloud and see how that looks, and then maybe we can get this card done. Well, I didn't record what I was supposed to record, but as you can see, I've assembled the entire sundae, and now I'm going to go ahead and proceed and make a slimline card, mini slimline card. Apologize. I failed to hit record on some of the things that I was doing. So I'm going to try to, when I go back and edit this video, I'll go back and try to fill in whatever I might have missed that's important with a voiceover. This entire project has been a disaster. So let me just go ahead and start putting the card together. I want to stamp the inside with Ice Cream Helps. And assemble the card and critique the card, what I would have done different if I were to do this card again, because this did not play out the way I had envisioned in my mind. I really wanted to watercolor it, and the colors just did not work for me, and it caused it to turn into something I did not like. So here's the finished ice cream sundae, and the glass turned out too green, even though I hit it with a blue. I wanted it to be more of a light blue. I added some gray to it. It kind of looks like an antique glass, but still not the color I was going for. So I would probably not use, if I wanted to watercolor with markers, I need to see what markers I have in my stash before I start coloring, because I didn't do a very good job matching the colors to the Stamps of Life inks. So it was easy to pick out a sentiment for this card. Life's hard, but ice cream helps. Maybe I'll have an ice cream scoop tonight. I cut the little strip out using the mini slimline rectangles, and just added the angle myself. And because I feel the card needs a little bit of a shine, let's add a little tiny heart here in the corner. Come on, stick, come on, cooperate. A little bit more of an angle there. Now I'll adhere it to the front of the card, and somewhere along the line there's got to be ink, because I got ink here on the front, but no one's going to see it because I'm going to cover it up. Okay, and that's the finished card. Thank you for sticking by me on this very difficult video.